Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So today I'm talking about financial predictions for 2023. So as many of you will have noticed, I haven't done a no spend January video. The reason for that is I've basically taken it as a given for us anyway that we don't spend in January anyway. Most of us are recovering from extra spends throughout the Christmas period, and regularly for years now we don't spend in a January purely because we're recovering any extra costs we might have spent at Christmas time. So then we look at February, and it'll basically be the same. We won't really spend any money other than the basics of the shopping, utility bills, petrol, and unless it's a necessity that we absolutely need that will save us money across the year, we have no intentions of spending anything other than the normal bills, the normal costs throughout February. And again, that's something that we regularly do, and that's how we do it. So heading towards spring, we're expecting a major economy crash, bigger than any that we've seen so far, and we've seen quite a lot so far. We're expecting the food crisis to absolutely be a big one this time, and very little to be in the shops. A lot of business closures, and that to affect the economy overall. And any food that will be available, we expect it to be highly expensive. So people like me who shop in the food initiatives, will any drip down that far for us to be able to take advantage of? And if so, at what cost would that be at that point? So, we need to tighten our belts really, and the predictions for this year is make do and mend, cope with absolutely everything we've got. I've made a few notes, so I'm just looking through them. So thinking about this, as I'm just saying, we're still continuing to prepare for ourselves to be as sufficient as we can. Now, we've always looked at that as trying to be self-sufficient for a 12-month period. So now we have to look and say, well, at least for as long as we possibly can. We don't need any clothing. We don't need any household furniture. We don't really need any personal effects. We include things like deodorant, antiperspirants in with the shopping bill, but we're actually going to have to minimise those kinds of things as well. So we need to penny pinch a little bit more even than we have done so far, and just to eke it out and make it last. So long as no household things break or anything happens to our winter coats, etc., major costs, we should be fine, and we should be able to make it through this 12-month period without any major spends, so long as nothing breaks. So at the moment we've got approximately 6 to 8 weeks till full summer, and as we know, that's the early period where the weather heats up slightly, but we can be caught out because it's still not spring, so we have to be careful not to go on too long a journey just in a t-shirt or a pair of shorts. We're okay within the household, but outside you still have to be prepared to be wrapped up, because a lot of people can get caught out in full spring. But what we should have by that period of time, March, April, we should start having the heating to cost less, because we won't be having to use it as much. The salad should start growing in the garden, so we've got extra to put in to make meals with. We will be happier with sandwiches rather than a hot meal, so we're using slightly less gas or electricity. I'm trying to plan for the forward coming months where we can just pay a little bit less and save a little bit money in our pocket should we have to pay extra for food to maintain where we're up to make sure that it lasts us long enough. We can actually start going out for picnics and going for longer walks and enjoying free days out, so we're having free entertainment, so we're not having the lights blare and we're not needing the heating on, we're not using the TV or the electrical gadgets, the computer, etc. We can switch everything off and go out in the outside more and enjoy it, you know, and take advantage of the beautiful surroundings that we've got. And we can comfortably continue in that vein right through basically till the end of autumn, spending at least as little as possible to get us through and trying to look after the pennies and keep what pounds we can. None of us know the situation, what it's going to be like this time next year when winter comes. You know, we're all hoping there's an improvement, we're all hoping we're out of these crises stages and finances are a bit more fluid for all of us, you know, and we can cope and we can buy food at reasonably cost prices, and, you know, we're able to crack on as we used to do. But we have to keep an intelligent mind about it and we have to not take the chance. So if we can still continue to prep food, if we can still continue to do little bits. My goal is to teach myself to forage a lot more this year, what food I can provide for myself and Mr. Wallflowers and how I can preserve that forage food and maintain that usage of it throughout the year. Also to concentrate on what we can actually grow in the garden and what medicines we can we can make from whatever we grow in the garden, whatever we find in the lawn, and what we can bring back from forage. So that'll be medicine, it'll be healthy food, entertainment, saving food costs and preserving some to hopefully see us through for the winter. We will be visiting more charity shops and seeing if we can find the books that we need to teach ourselves the skills. At the moment we've still got YouTube and the internet to learn the skills that we need to learn. So my financial prediction for 2023 is, rather than just at the first month of the year being a no spend January, personally for Wallflowers UK we will be trying to do a no spend 2023. I'm not saying there won't be the odd thing in between, but if we can keep that as tight as we possibly can. As I say, the only extras I can foresee wanting to spend at the moment is in foresight of saving us money across the 12-month period, such as a canner I've mentioned before. So the least we can possibly spend, other than the outgoings, eking out food to make it stretch as far as it possibly can, to grow food in the garden, to forage food, and to look after all our household and personal belongings as best we can so we don't need to replace it. And to take as many free days out and, you know, just enjoy ourselves, whether it's just a walk around your local community, whether it's sitting in the garden, whatever it is, just take advantage of getting some exercise and fresh air during the spring and the summer months and autumn. And as I say, let's turn this into a no spend 2023. We're halfway through January, most of us don't spend this month anyway. Let's try and see how much we can save throughout the year and make this a survival point. Okay, don't want to sound doom and gloom, but trying to turn this into a positive aspect. Let's do this. Thanks for joining us today, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.